always taking action for you.
Now it's an update on the story we first told you about last night here on 7 Action News. We exposed how some tenants were being forced to live without running water, gas, or electricity.
Since then, there have been a lot of twists and turns to this story. 7 Action News reporter Ronnie Dahl has been there every step of the way, and she joins us live from outside the apartment building. Ronnie.
Yeah, you know, for 38 minutes today, I was on the phone with the owner of this property building, and she tried to feed me a sob story about how some of these tenants weren't paying the bills and their rent, and that let her fall behind. But turns out she has not been in compliance with the city of Detroit from the day she bought this property. Her tenants are now paying the price because right now you can see behind me, Detroit police are here, the fire marshal is here, and they also have a bus here. They just entered the building, and these tenants are going to be told they have to leave.
I'm blessed today.
You're smiling.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Mary Holland is packing up her apartment and moving out to a much nicer place.
I got a 1-bedroom, wall-to-wall carpet. I'm so happy.
This last month has been rough on Mary. She's been sick, and living without running water has taken a toll.
My sister been bringing water in the jug, as you see, to keep the stool flush and keep myself washed up and everything. Right. My mother said, "May you get out of there. You can't live like that."
Things got much worse for the tenants of this West Detroit apartment building this week when the gas and electricity was shut off. According to DTE, it was at the owner's request and not because of non-payment.
Is the furnace working over here?
Following our story, DTE sent a crew out to the apartment building to make sure gas lines were working properly and the electricity was turned back on. I did get the chance to talk with the property owner, Jeter Jenkins, on the phone. Running water is a basic necessity. She wouldn't agree to do an on-camera interview, but told me she doesn't think she's done anything wrong. Some of the current and past tenants stopped paying their rent, and without that money, she couldn't afford to make repairs and keep the utilities on. There's a process when you own a building and a responsibility. I mean, you can evict them if they're not paying their rent. The lights and gas are on, but the water is still not flowing. Because of the condition of the building, the city of Detroit is ordering it be shut down.
This landlord never registered her property with the city as a rental property, never applied for an inspection, and she did not have a certificate for occupancy. So there was no reason that no one should have been living in this property.
But sadly, they were and they are, but not for much longer. As for the owner, she is going to be issued that citation for not being in compliance and fined. As for the tenants, what's going to be happening with the ones that are still here? They will be offered a shelter. Now, the crew from 211 United Way was out here earlier today, and we also gave them some resources to try to get them in some permanent housing so they can get into a better place, just like Mary. But from now on, that's not going to happen, and you can see that they are here right now, and they are going to be moved this evening. This building's just not safe for them. For now, we are live on the city's west side. Joanne, back to you.
Ronnie, do they have any recourse against the landlord in this case?
Yeah, you know they do. First off, it is against the law for her to go ahead and just shut off the utilities. It's almost like a forced eviction per se. But they can take her to court. They can file a complaint, and the owner could be fined up to $200 a day and even be forced to pay for their expense to have to relocate, Joanne. But right now, in this moment, that doesn't do a lot for the people living here.
No, of course not. And tough days ahead as they find places to stay. Ronnie, thank you very much.